you know that normally I'm pretty laid back, pretty relaxed. I don't do a lot of complaining on my stream, and that's not going to change because it's just not who I am. Which is why it's going to make what I'm about to start the stream with a little different. So I'm going to start the stream with a little bit of a complaint I have with the game. As we all know, character skills are it's a very important part of the game. A lot of decks, only work because of a skill that they use. It might be a general skill like balance, which obviously helps a lot of decks, or it might be something specific. Transcendent Crystals makes a lot of things work really well. Justice destroys Duel Links with facts and logic. All right, there's my YouTube title. Thank you, Hungry. Obviously Mythic Depths, with certain decks, like Sea Stealth Attack, different things. Certain decks, only actually work because of character skills, right? Obviously Blue Eyes became as big as it did partially the structure deck, but partially because people are like, wow, Trick Up the Sleeve, guaranteeing Cosmo Brain in your opening hand is really good and really helps this deck's consistency. So, skills are really important. We all know this. I'm not saying anything, groundbreaking here. We know that. The problem that I have is the drop skill system. The fact that a lot of skills, the only way to get them is through duels against legendary duelists or PvP. And then it's just completely random whether the skill drops as a post-duel reward or not. There is nothing you can do to increase your chance of a skill dropping or of a certain skill dropping. Jack Atlas also got nothing in terms of new skills. Yeah, that was cool too. Also awesome. But there's no way that you can make it more likely that a skill will drop. And then even if a skill does drop, there's no guarantee it's going to be helpful, because for every useful skill, there's 5 that aren't. There might be life point boost, beta, or I don't know my my letters well enough to know what the Y is, what letter that is, but that life point boost, or just random stuff that is not at all helpful. That when you finally get a skill to drop, that might be the one that drops. You implying that Draw Pass isn't helpful? I was going to say Draw Pass, Hungry, and then I knew you were in the chat, and I'm like, I better not list that as an unhelpful skill. But that's the thing. So, a skill might finally drop, and it's pretty rare when it does, and then it might be completely useless. So, there was a deck that I wanted to play today that I saw from another Duel Links streamer that looked like a lot of fun, right? However, it uses Aster Phoenix's skill, Bring It. Specifically, the fact that it has been changed so that you only have to take 1,000 damage for it to activate. Okay? Now, here are my Aster Phoenix's potential skills and all the ones that I have. So, I have Balance, I have Destiny Calling, I have all of these. The one that I don't have is here. Okay? So, there's one skill that I don't have, and it's the one that I wanted. Okay, so I'm like, all right, well, let me try to farm for it, because that's what you do. And let me turn on game audio real quick. There's a little background music for me here. There we go. So, so I'm like, let me try to farm for it. Now, what's nice about Aster and some other characters is that he has the skill Draw Sense Earth. That's particularly important because there is an amazing, very fast farm deck that uses Draw Sense Earth. And I'll show you guys that real quick. I take no credit for this. This was not mine. I actually don't know whose it was, to be honest with you. But it came out after Trudge got unlocked the first time because it uses Montage Dragon. And Montage Dragon's effect is you special summon it by sending 3 other monsters from your hand to the graveyard, and its attack becomes the original levels of the monsters you sent times 300. So what you do is you put Montage Dragon in your deck, and the rest of the deck is irrelevant as long as it's level 10 or higher monsters that are not Earth attribute. That's it. Any level 10 or higher monsters, doesn't matter what they are, as long as they're not Earth. That's all. You use Draw Sense Earth, You take at least 1,500 points of damage. You bring Montage Dragon into your hand. You special summon it. It becomes enormous. 9,000 attack or higher. You attack for game. So, I will actually go ahead and show you one duel of this. When you're doing this, you want to do it against... there's basically any very easy legendary duelist. So, like Rex Raptor is what I've mostly been farming. Weevil Underwood, Taya Gardner. They're all fine. So you do level 40, and you do rewards times 2. And you duel. And I'll go ahead and show that real quick. Because this is the fastest way to get an 8,000 or more duel assessment. Very, very fast. Depending on what your opponent does on your, usually your second turn, maybe your third at the latest, you're winning the game. So it's very, very fast. In the past, I used to try to farm skills like Dark Paladin or something, which was much slower. Alright, so good. So she hit us for 1,500 exactly. Awesome. So we activate skill, draw Sense Earth. This is our second turn. It guarantees drawing Montage Dragon. That's why you don't put any other Earth monsters in your deck. You special summon, discard, discard, discard. Bam, 9,000 attack. Attack, GG Taya. Okay, cool. Very nice. So it goes through, and because it gets over 4,000, we did times 2, so we get 8 duel rewards. Okay? So that's what you do. It's very, very fast, very easy. And yeah, simple. So obviously you're not guaranteed to get it, the first, second, third time, whatever. Now, I am going to give a rough estimate, because I've been trying to farm this skill because I really wanted to play this particular deck on stream today. So last couple days, just in my spare time, I've been doing that, basically. I'm going to estimate about 120 duels like that. So about 120 duels against legendary duelists, each with 8 duel rewards. So, sorry, laptop. So the maximum possible duel rewards, okay? Every single time, about 120 duels, roughly. Might be 115, 125, but right around 120. I have gotten one drop skill, and it was Draw Sense Light, which, by the way, wasn't even listed as one of his skills. So, the skill list doesn't even necessarily show you everything that can drop, so that's cool, too. I guess it doesn't list the common skills. It only lists, the grayed out ones. I guess it only lists the ones that are character specific, so that's awesome. But yeah, I got Draw Sense Light. That's it. That's all in about 120 duels of 8 duel rewards every single time. One skill drop. So, my question is this. In a game where character skills are so important, where they literally define decks, why is obtaining skills gated behind luck and nothing else? I have literally no way of saying, I want this character skill, so I am going to do X to obtain it. That I have a way of working towards a particular skill that I want to unlock. How does that make any sense? Because, by the way, this was all just to try to get Bring It for Aster. I've also, not as many, but I'm going to estimate about 80 or 90 duels with Ishizu trying to get Sealed Tombs, because obviously that skill's been pretty useful, and in a few different decks, haven't been able to do it. Still don't have Sealed Tombs. So now, I'm in the position where, while I'm not playing as much as, say, the biggest streamers, I'm definitely playing the game more than the average player. I am working for these things more than the average player. Because the average player, might try to farm sometimes, and it's mostly just, whatever skills happen to drop as they're doing PvP or doing the legendary duelists, whatever. I am doing way more than the average player, and there's still skills that, I have actively been going for that I don't have. I don't have Sealed Tombs, despite trying to farm a ton with Ishizu to get it. I have this one skill for Aster, that I said that I've done about 120 duels for. I don't have it. So it's entirely luck based, and there is nothing you can do to work towards it. And for something that is such an important part of the game that literally defines decks, for it to be entirely about luck makes no sense to me at all. I think it's a horrible game design decision, because you're literally locking people out of playing certain decks just because. You know, because they didn't have the luck to get that skill to randomly drop. It's all about pachinko machines, though. Yeah. And like, I realize a lot of the features in Duel Links are luck-based, obviously the cards or whatever, but I understand that that's a cash grab, you know, it's the gacha model. I get that. I don't love it, and I'll talk about that another time. I'm not going to get into that now. I'll talk about that another time. But you can't purchase skills, you know, except for like that one time, I think, with Chaz, if you bought the thing. No, even then I don't think so. Anyway, whatever it was, you can't buy skills, so it's not even like it's a cash grab thing. It's literally just, we decided to make this entirely luck based, even though it's an incredibly important part of the game. Have fun. So it's stupid, and I don't like it. And yeah, that's it. I personally would love to see a way to actually work towards a specific skill, you know, or at least work towards unlocking a random skill for the character that you're using, and then eventually you'll get the one that you want. If you don't want to make it that specific, that I want this skill, I can work towards it, at least have some way of working towards, all right, I will get a skill for this character, you know, hopefully it's the one I want, and if not, then I'll work towards it again, and then hopefully the next one is. Aside from, I'm just going to farm for a million years and hope. You know, it just doesn't make sense to me. And I really, really wish they would do something to improve that system.